Oh yeah, we got the remix. Reggie, Reggie, Reggie. I can I can hear the. I can. Oh, are you playing on YouTube or is it coming out your headphones? Because we heard the song coming from you. You gotta mute the YouTube as well.
Oh,
I think you're good now.
I
You're
was.
good.
I totally just realized that.
It's
Oh,
all good,
fuck.
man. It's all good. I was like, oh shit, we got the remix going. We're still going. That's all right. What is going on? Radical Reggie in the house.
That's
Back on
fun.
the channel, hanging with your boy, Phat Samurai Guy. And you know, brother from another mother, Eric, Asian movie enthusiast, is in the house. Oh yeah, he's got the pumpkin in. That's right. He's got the decoration. That's how we rock and roll. We about to talk horror movies today. Who is here in the Movie Dojo Army? We got Goodwill Hunters. All right. Oh, OGP in the house. He fucking hated it. He says it's garbage. All right, let's keep it going.
Wow.
Egg Shen 6 in the house. What's going on? Dave Jones. Heather, what's going down? We got Flick Snacks and Knickknacks. Gore Keeper. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got the Sexist Sumo in the house. Oh, we got a VOA Insanity in the house. He said he subbed when I was on Media Glitch. Oh, well, thank you, my friend. You rock, man. Thank you so much for subbing. All right. We got Robert in the house. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we missed you on that Media Glitch stream, Reggie. I was like Reggie watching the fight.
I was, dude.
I was like, come on, man. You guys, the fight is on. That's right. Oh, Shogun76 says he loves the movie. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Prince of Darkness, 1987. That's right. Directed by the master himself, John Carpenter. That's right. Starring everyone's favorite, Donald Pleasance. And for all you Big Trouble in Little China fans, we have Dennis Dunn as Walter and Victor Wong. That's right. Old Egg Shen up in the house as Professor Howard Barak. We got Lisa Blount here. Jameson Parker. Now, where he looks really familiar, Eric. Jameson Parker. He was the guy with the mustache, the wonderful, the porn stash in the movie. Was he from Simon and Simon? He looks familiar, that actor. I have to look him up.
Yes, it's part of his filmography. It's a sign.
Oh, okay.
You're right.
All right, nice. Okay, there we go. I was like, man, he looks familiar there. But yeah, quick plot synopsis. A group of graduate students and scientists uncover an ancient canister in an abandoned church. But when they open the container, they inadvertently unleash a strange liquid and an evil force on all humanity. That's the IMDb plot synopsis. But really, the plot synopsis for the movie is really up to your interpretation, baby. And that's the way John Carpenter wanted it. That's the way he wanted it. The ending, up to your interpretation. No, the audience's hands are not held throughout this movie. John Carpenter wants you to ask questions throughout this film, and he doesn't really give you all of the answers. And that's kind of the point of the movie. He wants the movie to stay with you to where you're thinking about it. And this movie stays with me, man. It stays with me not just because of just the interesting aspects of bringing in religion and science at the same time. It's very rare. Like, I honestly can't think up the top of my head. I'm sure there's a lot of movies out there, but horror movies that bring in the religious aspect and the scientific aspect at the same time. Because usually that's a no-no on both sides.
Right.
You know, you got the religious side going, get your scientific satanic shit out of here, right? And then you got this, the vice versa, right?
Right.
So it's interesting that he wanted to, Carpenter was thinking outside of the box with this one. And that's why probably most likely the critics, when this movie came out, they destroyed the film. And said it was cheesy. What do you think of that, Eric?
I didn't really get a whole lot of cheese in this movie,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. No.
Yeah. But let's get into it. Eric, thoughts on the movie, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, the way I go into this, after rewatching it, I watched it twice in the past week, and I was like, you know what? For someone to go into this, you almost have to expect an Italian horror film to go into this. Something like Argento would have made in the 80s, or that was produced in Italy in the 80s, because it's just kind of, it's kind of loosely string together plot, but it has stuff that makes you that's interesting to think about. You know what I mean? That's kind of what they were going for. And even like the opening credits, okay, they last 11 minutes, which I don't know what the record is for the longest credits of a movie, but it's pretty long. But you get like the synth score going through, you know, and you get the character, you know, some of the storylines introduced during the credits, and the whole movie has a really nice atmosphere to it. Mm-hmm. I like some of the visuals that, like the concept of like a greenish substance in a container, and it's swirling around, and you don't know what it is, what it's doing there. You know, I know they date it going back possibly 7 million years at one point in the movie, and just the concepts of blending in the science and the religion, really kind of interesting to think about. Now, I will say that, you know, some of the concepts they drop are almost like one-liners, and then they just skip to the next one. But like, yeah, you know, Jesus was kind of this extraterrestrial kind of alien that was in like a human-like race somewhere, and
or is he
warn us? Right. And then they just don't mention it again. It's like, that's kind of interesting to think about. Or what was the other one? Oh yeah, I like the anti-God stuff, the anti-matter. It's kind of interesting, very interesting, and they're touching on quantum physics, right? Which is real bizarre. Yeah. So a lot of bizarre stuff thrown in here, but it's interesting to think about. And Carpenter drives the atmosphere so well, it keeps me in it.
Yeah, nice. We got a super chat. Thanks again, Nate Dogs, for supporting the channel. Radical Reggie, Asian movie enthusiast, Phat Samurai Guy. Welcome to the ruckus. That's right. Thank you, my friend, for supporting the channel and hanging out. But yeah, we'll go to Reggie. So Reggie, thoughts on the movie, and then we'll do a little dive deep.
Okay, so when I first saw the movie, I thought it was fantastic back in the day, and I haven't watched it in a long time, and I just watched it today, and I'm like noticing all kind of stuff I didn't realize before in the movie. You know, I was shot in Los Angeles. I was like, whoa, this is insane seeing this, and back in the 80s. What I really took from this movie, though, I really like the characters a lot. I know that may be a little bit cheesy, but I thought they were cool, and you know, I thought there was a connection between I just forgot his name, but the two main characters, the girl and the guy, they met up and had relations. You know, I thought they were a good couple or whatnot and everything like that. But this movie doesn't hold your hand, because if you're expecting, like, I really can't say too much, but if you're expecting like a happy ending, this
spoilers, Reggie.
Oh, spoilers. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, man.
It doesn't have a happy ending for the main protagonist, I would say. Yeah,
Catherine.
Yeah. So
and that you felt that, didn't you? Like when you first watch it, and then when you rewatch it, you feel that ending. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, like, God damn it.
The ending is no joke, and John Carpenter, he said he did that on purpose too. That's one thing I hate about his movie sometimes. It'll just end like when you don't even like expect it to. But I thought the movie story was good. The whole thing with the anti-God. It didn't pull any punches, and some of those deaths in this movie were like pretty brutal to me. I mean, I'm gonna refer to the guy who was standing outside and he was attacked by the homeless lady, and then his body was reanimated, and it gave everybody a message. So after it gave the message, it just crumbled apart. I'm like, oh, that seems so gross, man. I was like, man, what the heck? That would trip you out. And
like, I have a message for you, and you're not going to like it.
He sounded like Merman from Masters of the Universe.
Merman?
Yeah, the garbled voice.
Dennis Dunn's character was hilarious in the movie. I love his character. Thank goodness he survived. But still, Donald Pleasance, man, he did a good job too. I mean, seriously, the scene that sticks out for him is a funny scene. You guys, well, most people won't notice, but when he's standing in front of the church, and the homeless lady comes up to him and grabs him, and she starts like leaning on his hand, and then he looks at her cup that she's holding, like a cup you would hold for food or like our coins or whatever like that, and there's like maggots inside of it, and he's like utterly disgusted when he gets back in the church. He's like trying to like wipe his hand off and everything. That scene is hilarious to me.
But that's a great. This was some great points, because I really love Donald Pleasance, and Victor Wong in this. They are great in this, and I've always thought they were both of them very underrated actors. But Pleasance brings it. They both really bring it in this. And again, you know something's bad. You know shit's about to hit the fan when you have religion going to the scientists and be like, "Hey, we need you to help translate this, man." Like we need we need some help. We need to get the word on the street. And it was very interesting with the whole, concept of, well, from his perspective, from I'm going to call him Dr. Loomis. From Donald Pleasance, the priest's perspective is like, you guys refuse to believe that the son of the Antichrist or anti-God exists all these years. You call it myth, you call it just fairy tales, you refuse to believe it, which has loosened his bonds. I'm waiting for him next to go, the evil has gone from here. Right? And that's what something's creeping out. But again, going back to what Eric was talking about, the whole beginning, dude, not only is this movie underrated, but the soundtrack of this movie is underrated.
Yeah.
Big time, man. And I absolutely love the soundtrack. It's like, hey, horror fans out there, John Carpenter made other music besides the theme to Halloween, right?
Yeah.
He didn't just make just the theme of Halloween and that's it.
Escape from New York.
Yeah, it's like he's done a lot of really great scores and music, and Prince of Darkness, really, really underrated score, man. Like it's really good. I just got done listening to it twice on YouTube, just to prepare for today because it's so good. But the soundtrack and Eric's favorite word, the atmosphere. That's right, which I'm stealing now. I've stolen from him. But that whole beginning. Yeah. Something is wrong. Something's about to happen. And what is some of the things that modern day horror movies today, not all of them, there's some good modern day horror movies now. But what did this movie, whether you like it or not, get right? That modern horror movies got wrong, like for example, The Bye-Bye Man. This movie, what it got right, what it nailed, is the sense of impending doom. Mm-hmm. And a lot of horror movies, especially modern day horror movies, not all of them, they can't pull it off. Mm-hmm. They just want to throw in there 5 billion jump scares just to get the stupid ass teenagers in the seats, and blah, 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 bagool, motherfucking bagool will bring them in. All right. But after they leave bagool, they go home, they've forgotten about it. Right. Mm. After I got done watching this, it stayed with me for a while. Not just when I got done watching it for the first time. That ending, man. That ending. The unhappy non-Hollywood ending. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that, you remember that shit.
Exactly.
Dude. That stays with you. And again, the whole aura of impending doom, some of the modern day horror movies today, they'll have 10 times the budget of this film. And this was considered a low-budget movie. This movie was so low budget in terms of mainstream Hollywood films that a lot of the effects, especially Reggie's favorite scene when the guy started falling apart, right?
Oh, man.
A lot of these practical effects scenes, they had to make sure they had to get it in camera. They had to get it in camera because they did not have the budget to do it again or fix it in post. Mm-hmm. That's how low budget this movie is. And there's some really fun, creative things about the film, like the scene where Reggie was talking about the homeless lady with the possessed homeless lady with the scissors. Mm-hmm. Scissors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know how they did that scene, Reggie? They told her.
They told her to move, and something behind her was moving, like the background.
Yeah. She just like this. And the truck just went by, but it showed that it felt
awesome.
It felt like she was running at the guy to stab him, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of creative practical effects in here that they had to nail on camera because they didn't have the budget to finish in post. But yeah, while we have our plot here, so a lot of these students here they want to get that extra credit. They want to earn that extra credit, so they follow their professor, played by Victor Wong, to meet up here. And And all of these students, right off the bat, they're denying any kind of religious thing. They're like, I know you ain't talking about the Antichrist, right? Like, and I know you ain't talking about, like, the son of the Antichrist or the okay, whatever, right? So it's very interesting, the whole concept of, and the debate back and forth, like, what are we really dealing here? But it's interesting because you have the students basically, like, not really believing the religious aspect, but you can tell all of them are like, what the fuck is happening? Like, you can tell all of them are like, something isn't right with that. You know, I might as well play that meme. You know, what is it? What is that? What the fuck is that? Right? You might as well play that, right? With showing this thing, right? But, you know, the son of the Antichrist came down here and humanity bottled him up in this. And the secret of the ooze we got going here. But slowly over time, man, we got some leakage. Yeah. Time to call the plumber. You know, and the two plumbers they call are these guys to kind of help fix this because something's coming, man. Now, let's get to the first memorable scene. Let's see here. The very first time I saw this.
No.
Oh, you know what I'm talking. You know what I'm about to get to right now. Yeah. Hold on a second.
What the?
Super chat from Gorekeeper. What's going on, brother? Been following Reggie since seeing him on Metal Jesus, and the news broadcast scenes are so unsettling. Great movie. Glad it's getting love. Well, there you go. He beat me to the punch there. But yeah, when I first saw this movie, keep in mind, I was a younger samurai. I wasn't too younger, but I was a younger samurai. In the house, lights out. I was in the mood to watch a scary movie. So I'm sitting down, watching Prince of Darkness with the lights out and the sounds up. And I was like really interested. I'm like, dude, I'm liking the music. I'm loving the atmosphere. This is very interesting and different. You know, I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden, with there was no transition. There was no, okay, and now let's go to this scene now. No, this scene just appears out of nowhere. And I was just like, I'm watching the movie. Like, here we go. We're all watching the movie. Okay. And then the evil will be gone from here if we do not unite and figure out how to stop him. Bop, 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 bop. What is that?
That scene.
What the fuck is that? This popped up, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, that was my reaction. Mm-hmm. I was like, what is happening right now? So did I hit the remote? Did I click on another movie? What is going on? The very first time I seen this was not prepared. This came out of nowhere, and it freaked me out, man. Like, this is like, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it's, you find out the students, every one of them are getting these dream sequence images in their head. They're dreaming of this. And you find out it's someone from the future transmitting a message to them. And it's freaky, man. Like, it was like, I mean, this is like way before found footage films were a thing, a franchise. Like, this was fucking freaky. So, Eric, thoughts on this scene? Go ahead.
Yeah, I like it. I'm more susceptible to being creeped out on found footage type stuff if it's done well. So that definitely creeped me out. And man, I wish I remembered. I watched earlier this year. It was like this British horror series from the 50s called Quatermass. And they had TV episodes and movies. And I think that was in one of those where it was like a broadcasting images. It was like extraterrestrials broadcasting images into people's minds and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
But that's a cool shot. I like, like a couple of things you mentioned, like the extra credit. Dude, if I survive this, I better be getting an A+. If I survive this situation, I tell the professor, man, I get an A+. Yeah. And then, I like some of the other like simplistic special effects too. Like the first few scenes where you see the green dropping upward, where they just rotate the camera around and drip it into a pool on the floor. It's really cool. I like the green stuff in it. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. What happened with you, Reggie, the first time you saw this?
That scene tripped me out, but it also intrigued me to want to see what it was and everything like that. So by the time okay, I'm always thinking about that scene the whole time during the movie and everything like that. And they show it a couple of times, but when you get to the end of the movie, and you see who it is, man. It's like, oh man, it was heartbreaking for me. I was like, dude, and I really hoping this movie would get a sequel, but obviously,
It'd be really good a TV show.
yeah.
Yeah, TV series would be really good. Yeah, that'd be really great.
That'd be
But
great.
yeah, so you have these, this sent from the future, these transmission, and then, but you also get sprinkled out other like shits, messages sent, especially on the computer screens. When this came up, I was like, oh shit. So on the computer screen, you actually get this message. You will not be saved by the god plutonium. So you know what he's saying, right? The Antichrist is saying, right? He's saying not even the nuclear bomb is going to stop me once I'm here. Basically, that's what he's saying.
That's deep.
He's like, once I'm fully free and here, not even your nuclear bomb is going to save you. And I love how this pops up. And then the very next message is, in fact, you will not be saved. So is
that a mix of science and religion then? The plutonium is the science, and then you will not be saved as a religious. So nothing will save you.
Both sides. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. See, that's the kind of the whole point of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to your interpretation. But while all this crazy shit's happening on the inside, on the outside, we have our boy Alice Cooper here.
Feed my Frankenstein, baby.
That's right. All our possessed people basically not letting our students and teachers escape the impending doom. They're like, nah, bitch, you staying in there. And what made this scene fun for me was this guy tried to get away. Nope, sorry. We ended up getting impaled here.
I don't know if he tried because he was way too slow. He was looking around too much at the end.
he was taking too long, huh?
Yeah, he was very nonchalant.
he was like, well, I think I'm supposed to die over here. Let me.
Yeah.
But what's cool about this scene is this is actually a prop from one of Alice Cooper's stage shows.
That's right.
So he actually like brought his prop. He's like, hey, let me bring my prop from one of my stage shows. I think it's his mic stand, but that he does on stage. But he took it off a bicycle, which is kind of fun. So you got, hey, free gore effects. I don't think Carpenter's going to say no, right? But yeah, homegirl, one of the students gets possessed from the leakage from the vessel, the canister.
I felt like she was kind of like the vessel was like kind of like taking her over before even she got possessed. Did you get that feeling? Because she was the only one like standing down there looking at it, walking closer to it. I was like
she was kind of drawn to it.
Maybe there's like
hypnosis
type thing with like the color and
like it was doing something to her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, I get that definitely. And she had that mark on her arm by just bumping into the machine. All of a sudden, she was like branded, before she even got the ooze in her. But let's keep talking about it. I'm having fun here. So she gets possessed. And she goes around, is like, well, let me go ahead and hit up everybody else who ain't possessed. So we got nice little fun scenes here. There you go. Gatorade is thirst aid for that deep down body thirst. There we go. And then
so funny how it looks. You see the water on the side of her. And it's nice.
I know. And then shit got even more crazy. I'm like, holy fuck. What is going on here? We get some crazy, insane visuals. What was cracking me up was Dennis Dunn's character was cracking me up, man, because he was just bombing with all the chicks in this movie. He was just bombing, man. He was bombing so hard, he made me feel like a motherfucking pimp. Like, I was like, Jesus Christ, Dennis, stop it. You're making me feel sorry for you, buddy. But I like that scene where he's trapped in the closet. And they're kind of all going up and they leaning on him, or trying to get to him. I love that scene of him being in the closet, and he's got the wall behind him, and he's yelling to the students on the other side of the room, and the teachers. And I love how they're like, "Look, we're almost there. Like we're trying to bash in from the other side," and he's like, "Fuck this, y'all take it too fucking long." He's like, fuck it. He starts bashing the wall.
Yep.
That was great. That was great. And then some of those stunt women they earned their money, man. Bricks to the dome, son. Bricks to the dome. You're getting hit with bricks. I know a lot of Big Trouble in Little China fans are probably like, come on, man, do some martial arts. But no, he's just a student. These are just students and jobbers fighting back. You're not going to get that kind of
Imagine if Jack Burton showed up in the second half of this movie.
Well, then it would be the greatest movie he's ever made. Oh, man. But they ain't done. They're like, oh, we going to get some chocolate. We going to get the chocolate brother. We going to get him. He getting it. And, of course, he's all fucking psycho later. And it was crazy what happens to his character. I was like, holy fuck, man.
Yeah,
but,
man.
yeah.
It's like his character was aware of what's going on, but he couldn't fight it. So he tried to kill himself, and they stopped him.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. And then things start to definitely rev up where the possessed are going after the non-possessed, and you get a little bit of, not like it's a non-stop action thrill ride, but things start to ramp up and get a little bit more intense, definitely. And especially during the third act, man, like people get fucked up, people getting beat down, definitely starts to get a little bit more intense and a lot more fun, John Carpenter style. Now, what's funny is the guy on top here, the guy on top, isn't that the guy from Raiders of the Lost Ark? I mean, not Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Isn't that same actor who played, like, when they did the flashback to young Indiana Jones at the beginning of that movie, and he was the one that gave him the hat? I think that was the same actor. He was one of the.
Let's take a look. Let's look at it one more time.
Let me try to find a shot of all of them. Let me see here. Nope, he's downstairs. Let me see here. Is he in this shot? Nope, he's downstairs with the rest. It's hard to see him in that shot because it's dark. But I think that might be him. I might be wrong. But I was like, hey, that guy's in something else. Because I haven't seen that guy in anything else. But yeah, we'll keep it going. But yeah, some fun things happen. We even get a little bit of telekinetic powers going on with the possessed one here. But now let's get to the scene here. So things start ramping up, and shit gets crazy. And when shit really starts to get crazy, I absolutely love it that Donald Pleasance, that plays the priest, who's supposed to be there on the front line to fight the evil that has trying to escape from here, says, fuck this, I'm hiding. I absolutely love that. He's like, I'm hearing screams all over the place, attacks. Fuck this, I'm just going to hide. Fuck it. Hey, every man for himself. Yeah. And I was just like, look at this motherfucker hiding.
You see his character do that, you're like tripping out.
Yeah, he's just hiding. And then we get the scene. I love how they did this because they used mercury for the water effects in the mirror. They used mercury, and they put in the fake arms and the hands to go into the mercury for the really creative, very, very, very creative. So, trying to bring him in, the son of the anti-god, in through the mirror here, the portal. He has come forth. But before all that happens, at the very last minute, Pleasance is like, all right, I got to try to help out here. He gets some balls. I thought I had the GIF here. I thought I had it here. But Pleasance comes out with a fucking hatchet and gets some balls and cuts off the host of the son of the anti-god's head, which was a nice little fun decapitation. And again, making these practical effects work with such a small budget, you get nice little fun moments like this. Like, no, I'm going to pick up my decapitated head and I'm going to put it back. I mean, it's fucking great. She got her arm cut off too, right? And that regenerated as well. Her arm got regenerated as well. But yeah, just fun moments like this. It's just anytime you see the leader in a movie kind of run or like be scared, it kind of makes what's happening in the movie seem a lot more like, oh shit. Like you're like, holy fuck. Like where's this gonna go? So I kind of love the fact that he got scared, but of course he had to get some balls at the last minute here. And where's Reggie at, man? Where'd he go? We lost Reggie. No. The anti-gods got Reggie. I told him to move that mirror. He had a mirror in front of him. I told him to move it. That's all right, Eric. We'll keep it going, man. We'll come back to him later. But here's the iconic scene in the film. So we have Catherine here. She shows up and she tries to help. So we have the host of the anti-god reaching into the mirror, the / portal, to bring out something evil. And you get this iconic shot. Again, they did this with Mercury. Check this out, guys. This is very cool. This is all Mercury here. That's right. Bringing out the evil one. Love this scene. Love the music, man. This is such a climax. I just love this stuff. And if you guys are paying attention, you see the look of that hand, right? So y'all know who that is, right? Oh, yeah, baby. I'm coming back. Oh, yeah. That's it. Ridley Scott, John Carpenter crossover. Y'all didn't know?
Yeah. You already crossed over to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now going to Legend.
Oh, we're having fun here. We're having fun. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm coming. Big Daddy's coming, baby. So after that, she brings him through. Great scene. And then Catherine comes in and tries to save the day and pushes her into the mirror, pushes her into the portal. And then, by accident, she goes through herself. And then, after that, Pleasance is like, fuck this, we closing the portal. Fuck this. You fuck this, we're not taking any chances, let's close the portal. Boom.
You should have said something like, good tackle, and then throw the accident.
Good tackle. Nice hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, closes the portal, which of course freaks out her love interest. Mm-hmm. And then we have this fucking crazy shot right here. Dude, that is fucking great, which is, they did that scene underneath a pool. Mm-hmm. But that shot of her reaching out, being inside the dimension there.
Yeah.
And you know whatever's in there is holding her. Mm-hmm. And she's reaching out for help. These iconic shots like that shot right there, that stays with you, man. The fucking bye-bye man is not going to fucking stay with you. Okay? But shots like that, you remember shit like that, dude. You know, in fact, I think I just made the decision. This is now going to be my Facebook account. It's going to be my cover. It's going to be my cover art now. That's it. I made the decision.
Can you imagine just being absorbed into another dimension? Like, you don't know, like, what's there?
Exactly.
Just some demon-like dude. And who knows
yeah,
what
dude. You don't know what's on it. Yeah. Yeah, even if it's just complete darkness. You're missing all the juicy bits, Reggie. Where'd you go?
Sorry, I had to run to the restroom real fast, so I'm good to go now.
Did you didn't touch the mirror in there, did you?
No.
Okay.
Good to go. Right. That scene, though, is probably one of the most trippiest scenes in the movie because it kind of like shows you guys what I was talking about, how the not happy ending. I mean, she has like one of the worst fates in the movie. Yeah. She's the hero and the sacrifice at the same time. Dude.
It's just great, man. It's just really, 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 really fantastic.
Do you think did she really need to like push her like that? I mean, like she could. I feel like she could have just ran up and just pushed her in, but she kind of like just tackled her, and they both fell in. I'm like, man.
She wanted to make sure, man. She wanted to make sure.
I would did drop kick.
Yeah, drop kick.
Well, I can't really fault her, I guess, because they were losing that battle. I mean, the anti-guy was being pulled through, and her friends were like struggling. So she was the last hope, and ended up being sacrificed.
Yeah, but it was like, damn, she just couldn't get out. And Pleasant said, "Fuck this. We want to make sure. We want to make sure the evil is gone." What is it? I've done my part. I'm the hero now. But yeah, just great stuff. And then, of course, the evil has gone for now. And we have our boy here, the love interest, Brian, waking up freaking out there. We got a little jump scare there, which was fun. But the dream was this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This was the dream, man. Yeah.
And you get a good look at her in the movie, her face expression, and it's like,
yeah, man, great stuff. And again, this can be interpreted as something else too, like whatever you want to interpret it. Did he just have a nightmare because he misses her, or just like earlier, someone's sending him a message of what's to come? You don't know.
She's become one with the anti-guy, and she's coming back.
Yeah, you don't really know. And I love the scene where he gets up and he walks over to the mirror and he puts his hand up. And what I always found interesting about this shot, because he's looking in the mirror reflection right here before he puts his hand up. Look at the photo behind him. Look at that painting. Doesn't that look like evil staring back?
Yeah.
And I wonder if Carpenter did that on purpose, as like a metaphor of evil's looking right back at him. You know what I mean? And then I love this ending, man. I love it. He puts his hand up against the mirror, and then credits.
You love the ending, huh? Okay.
I love it because it just credits, man.
You know what's funny? They put the ending in the trailer. A lot of people didn't realize that. Because he's reaching out to the mirror, and he's supposed to touch it, and all of a sudden the mirror breaks, and the Prince of Darkness comes out the title screen. Like that attacks him. It's so funny how it looks.
Unless they did that for fun, just for like the trailer.
Yeah,
that could be it. The title pops out of the mirror. That's funny. I gotta watch it now. I gotta watch that now.
It's great.
That's funny. But yeah, I love how it just ends right there, unsettling. Still, from beginning to end, the movie has that unsettling, impending doom feel.
You're always wondering and everything like that, because you want to know what happened to these characters, because they're like I said, they're likable characters. I felt the ones who survived, and you just want to know what happens next. And it's unfortunate that this movie didn't do well. John Carpenter kind of went after Little China. What's the full title of the movie? I just forgot it. Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble. Yeah.
That movie, it's a good movie, but it flopped budget wise. So he made this, I think, afterwards, and then I guess they kept getting, I don't know, they were losing their trust in him or something. I'm not sure. But yeah.
It's his studio, and he's just tired of studio interference, man. And he was just I'm going back to low budget.
He always demanded final cut on his films, I've heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. So if the studio didn't give him final cut, he typically wouldn't do it.
Oh.
I don't blame him.
No, I don't blame him either.
I don't blame him.
And Christopher brought up a good note to point out here. Carpenter's Apocalypse trilogy are fucking flawless. So Carpenter has created, he names them his Apocalypse trilogy, and he starts with The Thing, and then Prince of Darkness, and then In the Mouth of Madness.
Ooh.
Which is another movie that could be on this episode.
Yeah.
That In the Mouth of Madness is another very underrated John Carpenter flick. Seriously. Until next time, we'll have to talk about that one. But in the future episode. But yeah, man, it's a small budget movie. Not all the answers are there, which I'm sure has frustrated a lot of viewers.
Yeah.
And it didn't have enough action climax for some people the popcorn crowd to enjoy. I'm sure the popcorn crowd probably fell asleep in the opening credits. They're already falling asleep. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I kind of get why people didn't appreciate it. The good news is they appreciate it now. Slowly, this movie has gotten the cult status for this movie has grown, especially since it came out on DVD and now it's been remastered by Scream Factory on Blu-ray. There's more eyes on it now.
Right.
And I feel like a lot more people appreciate it now. But I still at its core, when you look at the John Carpenter filmography, Prince of Darkness is still underrated in my opinion. People will go to Christine or anything else, and everybody has their favorites. Everyone is going to have a different ranking of Carpenter movies, which is perfectly fine. But I wanted to do this episode with two fans of the film because I feel like, in my own way, and this is what we do here on the channel, we want to push the envelope out there, let other people know about Prince of Darkness. Get the word out, even though it does has some fans now. We still want to get the word out, man, because
Definitely.
a lot of people I've talked to, believe it or not, who claim that they're huge John Carpenter fans, didn't even know he directed this movie. I was like, we were talking about this. I was like, yeah, I enjoy Prince of Darkness too. I really like that movie. And they're like, Prince of Darkness? He did that? So that's not good. That's not good.
One thing I wanted to mention was, I didn't mention earlier what I liked about this movie and what it does differently from other horror movies is that the camera angles on a lot of stuff is really well done. Like Donald Pleasant standing in front of the church.
Yeah.
I forgot the main character's name just now, but after he and the girl woke up at his place, he was standing in front of his front porch, and it shows that view of the sun and the moon, and it's just like it's a brilliant looking scene. It's like, man, they really got it down. Like there's certain scenes in this movie, really well done.
Yeah, definitely, man. And the thing is a movie's a good movie when you remember it, and when imagery from it stays with you.
Right.
That's when you know a movie nails it. And I'm never gonna forget. Never gonna forget this. I'm never gonna forget this. That's right. Never gonna forget this.
Right hand. Ugh.
Definitely never gonna forget this.
The surprise.
And of course, my favorite though is this shot. When I think of horror and I have a whole bunch of images in my head, this shot will always be there.
Yeah.
So I think that's a perfect way to end this episode. Before we end it though, let's have a little bit more fun. Eric and Reggie, final thoughts on Prince of Darkness?
Yeah, I've only seen this movie, I think, twice until the past week when I watched it twice. This is one where I'm going to. I actually don't have the Blu-ray of this, and I think it's a rewatch has inspired me to purchase that Blu-ray.
Nice.
Maybe revisit a few of the other Carpenter films I don't revisit quite as often. So yeah, this is again. I'm a big atmosphere guy. That's why I like Italian horror films, and this kind of feels like an Italian horror film to me. Yeah, that's the main reason why I enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, some people, when you said that, there were some people in chat that said it definitely has a Fulci vibe as well. Reggie, final thoughts on Prince of Darkness, man?
It's my favorite out of the Apocalypse series. I love the cast. I love the direction of the movie. I just felt it was just well put together. It's my favorite, like I said, and I get 2 thumbs up and 2 toes up. So that's how good this one is.
Oh man, you're getting the 2 extra toes. Wow. And go out and buy the soundtrack. Chat. The soundtrack's fucking great, man. Go out and buy the soundtrack. It's really good. All right, this was a blast. Oh, I forgot the internet poll results. What did the internet think? Does the internet think? I mean, you just heard from us that we all agree that this is a very underrated movie. But does the internet think it's underrated? Let's check it out.
Whoa.
Hey,
I wasn't expecting that much of a lopsided.
I know, right? I'm very surprised by that. I'm very surprised. Wow. I expected no to win or it would be a tie.
Right.
But that was a slam dunk. So there you go. The internet speaks as well. But yeah, the 4K, I do have the 4K of the movie, and the picture's really, really, really good on that. If anyone is curious about buying the 4K, the picture is phenomenal. And speaking of phenomenal, don't forget to subscribe to Radical Reggie's channel. Thank you, my brother, for hanging out with the old Samurai Guy today. And Eric, that's right, the Asian movie enthusiast, don't forget to subscribe to him as well. Everyone's information is in the description box below of this video. And, of course, just for fun, make sure you guys check out the short horror film, Genevieve, Blood and Guts. The link to this is in the trailer. This little short film is in the trailer below. Got to support the indie horror filmmakers that are trying to come up. Shout out to Nicholas for letting Samurai Guy be a part of it. That's right, yeah. Samurai Guy's in this. So if you want some comedy, yeah, check it out. And got to support the indie guys, man. Got to support the indie guys. That's right. Because if no one supported Carpenter, we wouldn't be having the movies we have from him, right? So support the indie guys, man. But yeah, check it out. All that's in the description box below. I guess we can announce it now, Reggie. So this was kind of last minute, but for fun, if you want to hang out with me and Reggie tomorrow, Same bat time, same bat channel, 6 p.m. Pacific time. You'll see its schedule. I'll schedule it tonight for tomorrow. But we're going to continue talking horror movies tomorrow. We're going to talk about the Stepfather movies. This is hilarious. We're going to talk about those movies and maybe more. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see tomorrow. So join us tomorrow for that. Wednesday night, we're going back to martial arts. Yakuza Princess movie came out. Me and Therese Chen from Silver Harvest, we're going to review that. And Thursday's a big versus this week. And if you're a channel member right now, or support us on Patreon, you already know what's coming this week. But this Thursday is going to be fire. It's going to be fire. Reggie, I know you're busy, but you're always welcome, my friend, to join that. But yeah, join us tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow. And take care, guys. Keep watching horror movies. Support it. Love it. See you guys again.